This is exactly what the New England Patriots needed, as we have multiple huge updates on the AFC and why the Patriots won on Sunday without playing, plus injury report updates leading up to tomorrow night's contest against the New York Giants on Monday Night Football. Welcome into Patriots Digest, everybody. I'm Jace Andrews. I appreciate you hanging out with me and tuning in to today's show. Before we get going with the injury report and all the latest in the AFC, I've got a challenge for Patriots Nation. You see, we are closing in to 2,000 subscribers, less than 200 away. I'm going to see if we can get there by the end of the week. So if you are not yet subscribed and you're looking for coverage of the New England Patriots throughout the entirety of the 2025 NFL season, you've come to the right place, my friend. Go down there, hit that subscribe button. It's 100% free, and it's for a good cause as we try and hit that 2,000 subscriber mark. All right, let's start with the more pressing matter, talking about the injury report for Monday Night Football tomorrow against the New York Giants. Couple of guys who are listed as out, couple of guys who are listed as questionable, and other names to discuss as well who were throughout the week on the injury report as to what their full capabilities will be this week. So let's go right into this by talking about the first two guys who are out on this list. First of all, Brendan Schooler, the mainly special teams guy, obviously a safety as well. He is out after not practicing a single time this week. And then Jarrod Wilson is also out after he did not practice Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, handling that ankle injury he suffered in the Bengals game. Now, with Jarrod Wilson, we know that this offensive line is in a predicament, to say the least. We know Will Campbell on the IR out for the next 4 games, Wilson out for this game. So what exactly is the plan? Well, we can see here from the Patriots depth chart and kind of gauging from what Mike Vrable said on his Wednesday press conference, Vederian Lowe will be the guy to take over at left tackle for Will Campbell. When it comes to left guard, the guy behind Jarrod Wilson is Ben Brown, and that is the expectation of who will take over. Brown also took over for Jarrod Wilson in the Cincinnati Bengals game. So let's go to the quote from the official Patriots press release, so to call it. Evan Lazar saying this, quote, "On Wednesday, head coach Mike Vrable confirmed that offensive tackle Vederian Lowe will start for Campbell at left tackle. Lowe finished last week's game after Campbell exited, allowing 2 hurries on 16 pass blocking snaps. The fourth-year pro also started 13 games at left tackle for the Patriots last season. So Lowe has NFL experience on the blind side. At left guard, the expectation is that top interior backup Ben Brown will step in for Wilson. Brown was also the next man up in Cincinnati when Wilson was injured on the third play from scrimmage. Now, both of these guys are offensive linemen from last year who, well, quite frankly, was one of the worst offensive line units I have seen in a long time in New England, and it was not good, and probably a big reason as to why we waited to put Drake Maye out there in some aspects. Now, obviously there's external factors, and this is a different situation now. The Patriots are 10-2. They are a playoff caliber team, and not just a playoff caliber team. In my opinion, they're a Super Bowl caliber team with a way better head coach, a way better culture, and can completely change the outlook of these guys in this game. Now, there's a reason they drafted them for sure, and obviously that is going to be tested in this game without both of them, both Will Campbell and Wilson. But at the same time, I do have trust that they'll figure out, and then I don't want to say this, but worst comes to worst, at least for this week, and then you have the bye week, you are facing the New York Giants. Come on. Surely the offensive line can keep Drake Maye healthy for this game. And if I'm Mike Vrable, I'm looking at Drake Maye privately, obviously, and saying, hey, you get pressured, throw the ball away. We're not risking anything. We're not trying to make cool plays. This is a team we should beat. This is a team we are better. And this is a team that is eliminated from the playoffs. Let's go out there, make this an easy win. Don't worry about it. I do want to go back here to the injury report, talk about the 2 guys who are questionable. Khyiris Tonga, the defensive tackle with a chest injury. He was limited in practice on Thursday before not participating on Friday, and limited again on Saturday. I do believe he will be active for the game, though, based on certain reports. I don't know how useful he will be given the Patriots and the way they've used him as a fullback this season in a couple of different places. I think that's probably off the tip, but I think he will be active at least in a emergency situation. And then Harold Landry, a linebacker, he did not practice both Thursday and Friday. He was limited yesterday and is officially questionable for the game. Now, in looking at these 2 guys, obviously the hope is for both of them to play in some aspects, but Harold Landry in that linebacker group, especially as a blitzing linebacker, has performed fantastically. And it seems as though as long as he has Mike Vrable as a head coach, he is a dang good linebacker, a very good one. And obviously, he has been talking about his injury and had quotes that, it's just a nagging one that I really just can't get rid of. It's the NFL, though, so we're going to keep playing, we're going to keep powering through it, which makes me believe that he will be active for it and that he's just trying to do his best to keep his body right. Ultimately, he has been in the NFL for a decent amount of time. But what's funny is he's actually going viral right now on social media for a different reason. Before the year, it was talked about the Patriots and how they were not a good depth squad. Well, Harold Landry believes this is different, saying, quote, "I ain't gonna lie, this is one of the dopest locker rooms I've been a part of. I'm not just talking about the talent on the field, but also the people we have in this locker room. And honestly, the coaches included too," end quote. And yes, while he may not be directly resulting in the depth of this team, the fact of the matter is that he believes in everybody on this team. He believes that the next guy can step up at any purpose and that the entire locker room is focused on one goal, which goes right back to Mike Vrable. The culture shift was there, and whether or not the Patriots had always planned to say, hey, Drake Maye, you're going to take over this year, be a little scapegoat and get out of here, or if they just were waiting to see what happened with Mike Vrable, it's obvious this was the right choice. It's obvious this is the move they were supposed to make, and in my purpose, it's obvious that he will be the Patriots head coach for at least a good long while after this first season. Now, we do have one extra thing to close out today's show with, and it's an exciting one as the Patriots' playoff chances, and not just playoff chances, but chances for the number 1 overall seed have improved following an early AFC slate in which the Patriots didn't play in. Obviously, with New England playing in the Monday Night Football game, we got to sit back, relax this Sunday, relax on Thanksgiving, just put our hands back and be like, all right, what's going to happen in the AFC? We can root for the Texans against the Colts. We can root for the Sunday night game to see the Broncos lose. And, well, one of those rooting adventures already was a positive one, as earlier today, the Houston Texans took out the Indianapolis Colts 20-16, making the Colts now 8-4 and 0-2 in their last 2 games. And, well, Jonathan Taylor, your MVP race might be over, buddy. Daniel Jones, your NFL race might be over. MVP race might be over, buddy. And guess what? Drake Maye, my friend. You can go out tomorrow, you throw for a couple hundred yards, you run a touchdown or two, and you throw a touchdown or two. We're going to be talking about an MVP May this season, and I'm very, very excited about it. So that obviously is a very huge thing. But something to even note more about that is the playoff percentages and the number 1 seed percentages. Ethan Hurwitz of Patriots SI saying, quote, "According to the Athletics playoff simulator, following the early slate of afternoon games, the Patriots now hold a league-high 59% chance to end the regular season as their conference's best team," end quote. There was still a lot of time for the AFC, for the Patriots, and for the teams behind the New England Patriots. But as of now, there are only 2 teams with 3 losses or less. And that's the Patriots, who have the most wins at 10-2, and the Denver Broncos, who play tonight at 9-2. If Denver can lose tonight, that helps out your case even more because of the bye week coming. I believe as of right now, Denver holds the tiebreaker. Don't quote me on that. It might have switched, obviously, with the Patriots winning last week. I really don't know, to be honest. I'm going to say that I should have done more research on that part. But either way, if the Broncos can lose tonight and you can win tomorrow, you are then 11-2, and they're a 9-3 team, to the point where even if they win next week without you, you are going to be fine and going to be that first place team no matter what, which would be a very big thing. So definitely have a strong interest in Sunday Night Football tonight. That's what we got for you here today on Patriots Digest. Everybody, we appreciate you watching, hanging out with us, and tuning in to today's show. We always like to say the Patriots Digest, it's a community, so we want you to hang out, get in the comment section. Of course, I think we're going to have our first live stream tomorrow. That's the plan, so excited for that. If you stay to the end of the video, you get a special sneak peek into our first live stream, obviously, knowing it's going to happen. But for now, we appreciate you, and we'll see you next time here on Patriots Digest. Peace out, everybody.